Hey everyone, Dave here, and welcome to only the second of my in-flight review videos. In my previous video, I reviewed Air Canada's mainline domestic product on their Vancouver to Calgary route, and I'll link that up in the card as well as in the description below. In this video, I'll be reviewing Air Canada Express on their short service between Lethbridge and Calgary. I'll share with you my experience and opinion on boarding, the in-flight service, aircraft and cabin, how it compared with the flight from Calgary to Lethbridge, and finally I'll wrap it up with my summary of my overall experience on the flight with Air Canada Express. Lethbridge is the fourth largest city by population in the province of Alberta, and it's about 200 kilometers south of Calgary. As of recording this video in November of 2019, the airport is served by two carriers, Air Canada and WestJet. Air Canada operated as Air Canada Express by Jazz Aviation, and WestJet operated by Pacific Coastal as WestJet Link. Both of these carriers serve Calgary on a daily basis. The airport terminal at the Lethbridge Airport was opened 40 years ago in October of 1979, and it's located about 15 minutes out of downtown Lethbridge. The airport terminal is small with limited amenities. As of recording this video in November of 2019, there was only one car rental company located at the airport itself. There are other car rental agencies available in downtown, again, about a short 15-minute drive away. In the terminal itself, there's a public waiting area and then a very small departure lounge. It's big enough just to hold about enough people from one flight. Once you're through security, there are no washrooms, and the only thing available to eat are snacks from a few vending machines. The flight back to Calgary is operated by Jazz Aviation under the brand name of Air Canada Express. Now, Jazz is a completely separate company to Air Canada. It was actually created out of a number of smaller regional airlines in Canada: Air BC, Air Ontario, Air Alliance, Air Nova, Canadian Regional, which at the time operated as Air Canada Regional. That was eventually sold off and became Jazz Aviation. This Air Canada Express flight is operated by a 27-year-old Dash 8-300, registration Charlie Fox Romeo Uniform Zulu, Fin 327. It first entered service with a Brazilian carrier and has since seen service with European carriers such as Sabina and Windoro, and entered service with Jazz in December 2007. The aircraft seats 50 passengers, has one cabin crew and two pilots. Boarding was pretty efficient. Although there were not a lot of passengers on the flight, we were still boarded by row number. There are overhead bins within the cabin, however they might not be able to hold some of the larger carry-on items. So one of the services that's offered on a number of Air Canada Express flights across the country is SkyCheck, where you leave your bag on a cart as you board the aircraft. And when you arrive at your destination, that cart is available for you as you're deplaning to pick up your item. The Dash 8-300 cabin is an all-economy 2x2 configuration. The seats were comfortable and offered decent legroom even for a 1.83 meter tall guy like myself. At each seat you've got the standard amenities. In the panel above, you've got reading lights, air vents, and a cabin crew call button. In front of you, a tray table, plus a seat back pocket with a safety features card, the menu, Air Canada's en route magazine, and an airsick bag. After a quick safety demonstration and a short taxi out to the runway, we were in the air and on our way back to Calgary. The in-flight service on this 1-hour flight was pretty simple, just a beverage service and a snack. As with the flight from Calgary to Lethbridge, on this flight from Lethbridge back to Calgary, the cabin attendant was friendly from boarding through the service right to our arrival at our destination. There's no in-flight entertainment on these aircraft. Instead, the time was spent looking at the beautiful Alberta landscape passing below. After a short but bumpy flight back to Calgary, we parked at the terminal and walked in via a jet bridge. On the flight down from Calgary to Lethbridge, we were bused to a remote stand for the flight departure. Overall, my 2 flights with Air Canada Express on the Calgary to Lethbridge route was fine. The flights were short, the cabin crew on the Calgary to Lethbridge and this flight, Lethbridge back to Calgary, were friendly throughout the entire flight. We were limited to just a snack and beverage service on this route. The cabin itself was comfortable and the seating had decent legroom for a small regional aircraft. Thank you very much for tuning into the second of hopefully many flight review videos. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, please consider sharing it, and please consider subscribing. Thank you again for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace and love.